Hello, my name is Eric Lashinsky, and I want to talk to you about fallacies. This lecture will focus on improving your ability to detect conversational fallacies that occur around us every single day. In Section 1, I will explain what a fallacy is and why they are dangerous. I'm going to explain why it is important for us to understand fallacies and all of their variations. In Section 2, I will read through a list of fallacies along with a formal definition and examples. In Section 3, I will give more realistic examples of each kind of fallacy as you would see them in the wild. In Section 4, I will quiz your ability at detecting the fallacies in real time. I have collected fallacies I have found running rampant in the wild. The sources I have used to collect the fallacies include news programs like Fox, CNN, MSNBC, popular social media websites like dig/Reddit, newspapers, including the Boston Globe, Chicago Tribune, and the New York Times, as well as a selection from various books, magazines, and online articles. When you are finished with this lecture, and if you want to find more fallacies, the best place to find them, or to find a steady stream of them, is to find a politician with their mouth open. The reason many people hate politics is because it is composed of nearly 100% fallacy. Political discussions like healthcare, bailouts, the state of the economy, they all consist of humans who are attempting to take advantage of you and manipulate small-minded people. This audiobook is designed to harden your mind so that fallacies will bounce right off you. Fallacies are not confined to words. They can also exist in cartoons and images. Many political cartoons, as well as comic cartoons, can be blindingly misleading and leading the viewer into an incorrect state of thinking. Let's get started. Section 1. What is a fallacy? A fallacy is a kind of argument that appears to be valid but is not. For example, consider the following dialogue between a small boy and a parent. Boy: "Can we get a dog, Mom?" Parent: "No." Boy: "The dog would be fun, and it would protect us." Parent: "I understand that, but I don't want the added responsibility." Boy: "Why do you want to leave us unprotected?" The dialogue you just heard contained a fallacy called a straw man. A fallacy was delivered to the parent by the child. In this case, the argument delivered by the child was an attempt to convince the mother that we should get a dog because the dog will protect us. The child's desire to get a dog was not wrong. The child's desire to convince the mother that she should get a dog was not wrong. The child's desire to be protected was not wrong. What was wrong was the child's conclusion. The conclusion the child made was that the parent does not want to have a dog because the parent does not want to be safe. Did the child make a mistake? Yes. He came to a conclusion that was false. And it is up to the parent to point out this flawed reasoning to the child, so that the child does not make this mistake again. I will go into more depth on the straw man fallacy later in this lecture. For now, just understand that a fallacy is a mistake in reasoning. Why is it important for us to understand fallacies and spot them when they are presented? Fallacies can be harmless, like the argument on whether or not to get a dog, or they can be deadly. Just ask James, fictional character, in a not-so-fictional situation, who accidentally shot himself with a loaded weapon. Listen closely to James's explanation as to what happened, and try to detect where the fallacy is. James: "I was playing with this weapon with my friend, and took out the magazine, and I looked inside it, and I didn't see any bullets, so I figured without the magazine it would not shoot. So I pointed it at myself and pulled the trigger to scare my friend who was with me." Did you spot the fallacy? It was very likely that James did not detect that fallacy because he didn't intend to shoot himself. The fallacious argument may have sounded something like this inside of James's head. 1. The gun needs bullets to be deadly. That's true. 2. Without bullets, the gun will not be deadly. That is also true. Number 3. The magazine is out of the gun. and I don't see any bullets inside. That is also true. Conclusion. Therefore, I can pull the trigger and it will not be deadly. False. Why is it important that we detect fallacies as they occur? Well, because your life depends on it. Each day, we arrive at thousands of conclusions based on available data. We should spend a little time on examining the data in such a way as to minimize the risk of coming to conclusions that are false, which seem to be true. How will the ability to spot fallacies improve your life? The ability to think about thinking is what separates us from most of the animal kingdom. The ability to watch your own thinking process in action, examine the after effects, and make corrections to the original thought process is what makes humans the most powerful species on Earth. The ability to spot fallacies as they occur will have an immediate positive effect on your life. To list a few of the positive effects. 1. You will be taken advantage of less often by other people who wish to manipulate your behavior by using fallacious arguments. 2. You will detect health problems and medical issues in yourself and others earlier, and come to more accurate conclusions about what corrective action is necessary. 3. Life will be more exciting, as you will feel more in control of your environment, because you are coming to right conclusions about your current situation. 4. You will make more money in your job, because you will not be wasting as much time on wild goose chases. 5. You will be safer, get less broken bones, fewer car accidents, eat real healthier foods, be less likely to eat contaminated foods, less likely to get a sexually transmitted disease. You will weigh less and look better because you will come to right conclusions about what you should be doing now. I could fill this lecture with all the positive effects that come with a mastery of fallacy detection. The point is, a mastery of fallacy detection will bring you many steps closer to achieving joy and success in everything you do.